Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Hussaini Kids on Hidayat TV. I'm your host Hassan Shah, and today we are talking about Arba'een and the importance of it and why actually people go to it. So maybe some of your relatives, friends or family have actually gone to Arba'een. I will talk a little bit about why people go and why is it important. So we'll start off by introducing my guest.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Misbah.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Mohsin.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Hussain.
Thank you for that introduction. So like we do on every show, someone reads the surah and someone reads the translation. Misbah, you're reading the surah and Mohsin, you're reading the translation. So can we start them off with the loud salawat?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين صدق الله العلي العظيم.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent and Merciful, the Eternally the Merciful, the Especially the Merciful, the Sovereign of the Day of Recompense. It is you that we worship and you that we seek for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path upon you roam. Bestow favor, not those you have evoked anger of those who you are astray. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Thank you for that. First of all, do you know anything about Arba'een? Any of you? A little few things. What do you know, Miss Bas?
It's like the 40 days after the martyrdom of Imam Hussain.
Yeah, they do it 40 days after. Do any of you know why? Because we'll be learning about that in today's show. Why it's actually kind of 40 days. Mohsin, do you know?
Because when Imam Hussain died, the earth moaned for 40 days and nights.
Yeah, and also you can compare it with other things that actually happen in what happened in 40 days, and we'll be talking about that on today's show. So before we start, can we have our first salawat in honor of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Second in honor of Holy First Imam, Imam Ali alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
And our third with our loudest voices in honor of the Imam of our time, Imam Sahib al-Asri wal Zaman.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Okay, thank you for that. So, Misbah, you've got the first thing, so can we start, Misbah, again with another loud salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Arba'een means 14 Arabic or Chalam as it is known by Urdu-speaking Muslims, is a Shia religious observation that occurs 40 days after the day of Ashura, the commemoration of the martyrdom by beheading Imam Hussain ibn Ali alayhi salam, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad, which falls on the 20th day of the second month of the Islamic lunar calendar called as Safar. Imam Hussain bin Ali alayhi salam and 72 supporters died in the Battle of Karbala in the year 61 AH. 680 CE. 40 days is the usual length of time of mourning in many Islamic cultures. Number 40 is mystic in theosophy. According to the Islamic culture, if someone practices a good deed consistently during 40 days, it will be his inseparable attribute and lead to descending of Allah's blessing. If in some regions 40 days and 40 nights praying has been a special position. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala
Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Thank you about that, Misbah. Okay, so Misbah spoke there about what month it was in, and it was 40 days after Ashura. So she said what month was it in? Any of you remember from what Misbah said?
She said if you pray for 40 days and you want something, it'll happen.
I was talking about what month was Arba'in is. So do any of you know? What did Misbah say what month was Arba'in in? It was in Safar. Misbah said it was in Safar. So and then she talked about after that 40 days and talked about how it linked to other things, how 40 days are important, and she just got a little bit into that. Okay, mostly will be talking more about that. So can we start mostly off with the loud salawat?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil fajr.
When Prophet Musa prayed for 14 nights, found the ability to hear words of Allah, and when we appointed a time for 14 nights with Musa, you took the calf after him, and you were unjust. Prophet Muhammad said, whoever dedicates himself to Allah days will spring of wisdom sprout out of his heart and flow on his tongue. Commemorated the 40th day of deeds by their family and giving alms is one of the common customs among the Muslims. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil fajr.
So he gave a few examples there about the 40 days and 40 nights thing. So he was saying about Prophet Musa, what Prophet Muhammad said, that you should devote yourself to Allah for 40 days, and then what did Prophet Muhammad say after that to show how important it was? What did he say?
When Prophet Muhammad said that if you like.
So he was
saying that if you dedicate yourself for like 40 days, then like
it will spring onto your tongue.
Yeah, not about clever, like it would sort of make you clever in a way, like
not exactly clever, but it will help you. And what was the word that he used there? He said
wisdom.
Yeah, and it would
sprout.
Yeah, on
your tongue.
Yes, that's the word they use there, and that's how he showed how important it was. He gave the example of Prophet Musa and Prophet Muhammad, what they said, and how Prophet Musa, what he did, and he spoke about some families as well, that they after 40 days they commemorate the deeds of what they've done and all that. Okay, so Hussain, you've got the next thing, so can we start Hussain off with the loud salawat?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil fajr. The 40th marks an important turning point in the movement of Karbala. This day, which is no less important to the day of Ashura, is important for many reasons. The prime being that the Ahlul Bayt reached the land of Karbala on this day and performed the visitation to Sayyid Shahada al-Hussain alayhi salam and the loyal family and friends who gave their life for the cause of Islam. Although the historians differ on when this event transpired, some say it was in the same year of the massacre in Karbala in the year 61 AH, whilst others say it was in the following year 62 AH. Whatever the case, the atrocities and difficulties which the family of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was put through in the court of Yazid and the long ride to Karbala culminated on the 20th of Safar on the empty plains of Karbala. According to most widely accepted traditions. The family of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ remained in captivity for about a year in Damascus by Yazid, the Umayyad Khalifa. After 1 year, when the ruler of Sham, Syria, were forced to release them, Bibi Zainab said to Imam Ali ibn al-Hussain as-Sajjad that she wanted to go back to Karbala to mourn her brother and all the martyrs of Karbala. The same was desired by other women of the caravan, and Imam Ali ibn al-Hussain as-Sajjad directed them towards Karbala. Salawat.
Allahumma salli
ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil fajr.
Thank you for that, Hussain. Okay, so Hussain was talking about what actually happened after Karbala and some of the background before Arba'in. So he said there that when after they were in jail, I remember that we was talking about this I think last week, maybe last week, that they went in jail, and when they actually got in jail, they had a year in jail and they were kept there. And then Yazid saw people was riling against him, and to help Yazid, if he would let them go, then it would help his government. So he actually let them go, so then it would help his government to stay alive at that time. So then when he let them go, Hussain was talking about that they went. Where did they go?
To Karbala.
Yeah, to Karbala for what?
To mourn their families, friends.
Yeah, and to bury them as well, didn't he? Yeah, and Imam Zain who was Imam Hussein's son, after that year, Bibi Zainab was telling him that she wants to go to bury and mourn for Imam Hussain over at Karbala. So Imam Zain al-Abidin directed them and took them there so they can bury them and mourn them. So thank you for that, Hussain. Hussain, have you got the next thing as well? So can we start Hussain off with the last salawat? Allahumma salli ala
Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil fajr. The grave of Imam Hussain ibn Ali was not desolate as some may expect. Rather, as the Ahlul Bayt were approaching Karbala, there were a few people already at the grave, marking his martyrdom with tears. The individual who had been a companion of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansar, who at this point was blind, along with his assistant Atiyah bin Sayyid, had made the trek from Medina to the place of martyrdom of his Islam and master. Imam Hussain ibn Ali Jibr ibn Abdul al-Ansar called out to his Imam, "I testify that you are the son of the seal of the prophets, the son of the master of the faithful, the son of the inseparable ally of piety, the descendant of guidance." His servant Atiyah bin Said noted to him that he could see a caravan of people in the distance, and they were approaching his sacred site. As they approached, they realized that this was none other than the caravan of present Imam Ali ibn al-Hussain as-Sajjad with the other family members and assistants. The historians note that at this point, Jibr ibn Abdullah al-Ansar and his assistant Atiyah bin Said moved out of the way so that the women of the Ahlul Bayt and the others could show their grief at the sacred grave in privacy. And according to reports, the head of the martyrs were also buried at this point in time. As before leaving Sham, Syria, they were given back the sacred heads of the martyrs. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil fajr. Thank you about that, Hussain. Okay, so Hussain was talking about when they actually went there from Sham to Karbala to go bury and mourn for their death. And once they got there, actually people was already there, weren't they? So it already showed how people already some people already knew about Karbala and what actually happened, despite of Yazid trying to cover it up or hide it or whatever he was doing. So when they was there, the person from the Prophet's time was there. What was his name?
Abdullah.
Yes, Abdullah. And he was there at the time, and he must have lived a long time, didn't you think? From someone from the Prophet's time all the way to the death of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So he was then the companion of the Prophet that was there at the time, he was there mourning for Imam Hussain with his assistant, and then he saw and then his assistant saw, because what happened to Abdullah? He can't see, can he?
He's blind.
Yeah, he's blind. So he has his assistant to help him. So his assistant was saying that there were some people coming, but then he noticed that it was a caravan of the Ahlul Bayt and Imam Hussein's family. So and they came to mourn. So as soon as that they came, they went to the side so that they can have their time with their families and bury them and mourn them. So thank you for that, Hussain. Misbah, you've got the next thing. So can we start, Misbah, with the loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil fajr.
According to a famous saying of Imam Hassan al-Askari alayhi salam, there are 5 characteristics of a mu'min. Performing 51 rakat prayer, salat during the day and night in 24 hours, Fajr 2 wajib and 2 nafil, Zuhr 4 wajib and 8 nafil, Asr 4 wajib and 8 nafil, Maghrib 3 wajib and 4 nafil, Isha 4 wajib and 1 nafil, 2 rakat in same petition and counting as 1 rakat. Namaz-e-Shab or Tashhud 11 rakat sunat. Recitation of Ziyarat Imam Hussain alayhi salam on the 40th day of his martyrdom, 20th of Safar, called Ziyarat al-Bayin. Wearing a deep ring in the right hand, to put the forehead on the earth, preferably on the earth of Karbala, Khaki Shifa in prostration sajda, and number 5, to pronounce Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in a clear loud voice while praying 2 salawat.
Allahumma salli ala
Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil fajr.
Okay, thank you for that, Misbah. Okay, so was Misbah talking about there? Any of you remember?
She was talking about like how to be a moment, like sort of.
Yeah, she was saying about what Imam, what was the Imam? Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam. And who is he? What Imam was he?
He was the 11th Imam.
Yeah, 11th Imam, the father of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. So he was, so what was Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam saying? So what did he say? Any of you remember?
There are 5 characteristics.
Yeah, 5 characteristics of a moment. So can you remember any of them?
To pray like, was it 51?
51 rakat. And what else? What else did he say?
To recite Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in a clear loud voice.
Yeah, so whenever you're praying or whenever you're reading Quran, to recite Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in a clear and loud voice, so people surrounding you can maybe hear. What else did? Anything else? Because these are very important things, don't you think? To be a follower, you have to get these things right, and Imam Hassan Askari was saying all these things, and these are very important. So I hope people at home actually heard about this, so they can maybe so that they can maybe it can help with them, can't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mohsin, you've got the next thing. So can we start Mohsin off with the loud salawat?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil fajr.
The occasion of Al-Bayin reminds the faithful of core message behind Imam Hussein's martyrdom, establishing justice and fighting injustice, no matter what its coronation, a message that strongly influenced subsequent Shia uprisings against any tyranny of Umayyad and Abbasid rule. These 40 days are suitable opportunity for people to develop the love of Imam Hussain and the hate of murderers in their hearts. 40 conclusive from Ashura to Arba'in also is national ceremony of a vision announcement from oppressors of the history.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
Thank you about that, Mohsin. Okay, so what was Mohsin saying there? Any of you remember? What was he talking about? Any main thing that he was talking about?
Oh, he was talking about that, what's it called? That in these 40 days, like, to remember sort of what happened and remember the love of the Imam.
Yeah, and not only should we remember what happened, Karbala, and then when Ashura Day comes, go to the mosque and do martyr and then go home and forget about it. He's not saying it, so it shouldn't be like that. So you should think about from the start of Muharram, thinking about how they went to go to Karbala and to stop that water coming, and then when they actually got martyred, and then the women and children and Imam Zain al-Abidin been taken prisoner, and afterwards that year in prison, and then afterwards coming out and going to bury their beloved ones. So
and like how brave they were for them sacrificing their life.
Yeah, how brave they were. So this is a very important thing, isn't it? And Hussein's got the next thing, so can we start Hussein off with a loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
O Hussein, commemoration of your revolution from Ashura up to Arba'in makes the world pay attention to the message of the resurrection. Ashura is martyrdom day of the history makers, and Arba'in is pilgrimage day of Ashura makers. Arba'in philosophy shows itself, and we can teach martyrdom lessons from this class and prepare ourselves in order to help our master Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. May Allah hasten his reappearance. As a sign of loyalty to the martyrs, we have been ordered to recite the ziyarat of Arba'in on the day of Arba'in. Salawat.
Allahumma
salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
Thank you for that, Hussein. Okay, so what was he saying there?
He was saying,
can any of you remember?
We're saying a thing about Imam Hussein.
Yeah, he was talking about Imam Hussein. Hussein, but what were you talking about?
I was saying that so like how he's sort of remembered today, and that like we'll basically never forget it.
Yeah, and it's important, and it shows that we never spoke about today. Well, actually, what we might speak in maybe a later show, what actually happens in Arba'in, the walk and how long it takes and what do you do in Arba'in. We never spoke about that today, did we? But we spoke about how it actually got to Arba'in, didn't it? Yeah, and how this thing occurred between when Imam Hussein's family came and Bibi Zainab giving her majlises, and how Arba'in actually got started. So it's a very important thing, isn't it?
yeah.
And it actually showed how important Arba'in is. And when we talked, the most important thing that I think from today's show that we took is the 40 days thing, didn't we?
Yeah.
And how Allah even says in the Quran that to do 40 to pray and maybe fast or do other things that are important to God for 40 days because it can really help you, can't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about when Prophet Musa did his 40 days praying, and we talked about Prophet Muhammad, what he said about the doing stuff for 40 days. So it's very important, don't you think? And that's why Arba'in is 40 days as well, isn't it? Because it's a very important thing to commemorate so for 40 days, like Prophet Musa and Prophet Muhammad said about. So what do we do normally?
Quiz.
A quiz. Okay, so how confident are you lot? 100%?
99.
99?
100%.
100%. Okay. Question number 1. What month did Arba'in start? Hussein?
Suffer.
Yes, Safar.
Oh my God.
Number 2. How long is Arba'in? Mohsin?
40 days.
Yeah, 40 days. What time after did Imam Hussein wait? Okay, I'll start the question again. What time after the family of Imam Hussein came out of prison? What time? How long did the prison actually take? Bispa?
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. And this last question now. So
whoever wins this wins all.
huh?
Whoever wins this wins all.
Yeah. So everyone, you got 1 point. So whoever gets this gets all. Okay. Who was there when Imam Hussein? Come on. Okay. Who was there when Imam's family came to mourn? Mohsin?
Abdullah and his assistant.
Yeah, Abdullah and his sister. And if any of you can say the other who, I'll give 1 point to anyone else who can tell about one thing about Abdullah. Mohsin?
He's blind.
Yeah, he was blind. And one more main thing, Mohsin?
He was from the Prophet time, and he was like the partner of Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah, he was a companion of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. And at the end of that, Mohsin is in first point with 3 points, and Hussein is in second place with 2 points, and Miss Sadni in last place with 1 point. But don't worry, you're all winners, and you answered all the questions right, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, so let's recap from today's show. So I want one of you just to tell me one thing about what actually we talked about today. Mohsin, if you want to go first.
That Prophet Musa was like he did something for 40 days.
Yeah, and that showed the importance on 40 days, didn't it? And Miss, what else?
We talked about how 40 is like a holy number.
Yeah, it's kind of a holy number because what we do in between those 40 days are important, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, Shane, last thing.
That between these 40 days you can do something, and it should like if you do something for every 40, like every day of those 40 days, then you should continue doing it. It won't stop. It's a habit. It becomes a habit.
Yeah, and it shows the habit of things as well. So so have you learned a lot from today's show?
Yes.
Yeah, and we learned after the year came back what happened with Bibi Zainab and Imam Zainal Abidin coming to go and mourn and bury the body, didn't we? Yeah. So have you learned from today's show? Yeah, I hope you lot at home have learned from today's show as well. So and it's been a very important topic, don't you think? Because I think Arba'in is happened soon, didn't it? And relatives will be still over there, don't you think? Yeah, people's family, friends, relatives would be over there doing Arba'in and going to Imam Hussein's shrine. So thanks for joining me on today's show. I had a good time. Have you learned some things?
Yes.
Yeah. I hope you at home have learned some things as well. So we'll see you next time, same place on Hidayat TV. But until then, good Hafiz.